Hola, 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 hola. Damn, my bad. Welcome back to Solace. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I've taken 5 days. Since I've been gone, we hit 50. 50 of you lovely, beautiful. I can't start flirting with you on the internet, so I can't say some words, but just know you know what you are. You people, I appreciate it. All of you for taking the time to listen to what I have to say. I know I can have the tendency to ramble and yap a little bit, but you still listen to it, so I appreciate it. Today, before I even get to that, I want to start recommending you do certain things just here and there. Like maybe you don't like going to the gym, but finding some type of physical activity you can use to take your mind off of some things. A little bit of game. But today, we're going to be talking about how unattractive being indecisive can make you. This in particular is a problem that I've had. Anyways, yes, we're going to be talking about how indecisiveness can make you unattractive. This is a problem that I've personally dealt with, so I feel as though, if not me, then who better to talk about such a thing? Especially in making important decisions. I'll start off by saying, when you act like this, I need you to understand people can smell it on you. They can tell that when it comes to making decisions that you need to make, you can be a little fickle. It's not the best aura to have around your reputation, because 9 times out of 10, the more you lean into that indecisiveness, the more people will not trust you. You lose trust in doing so. And it sucks because, 9 times out of 10, when we're being indecisive, it's not out of like malicious intent. But you have to think about it like this. How much faith would you have in someone who isn't sure if they know how to drive the car, and they have to take you on like an hour long little road trip? You're probably not gonna get in that car. But understand this. Being indecisive and fixing that problem is as simple as making the decision. I know it can be pretty hard, especially in some like of those fucking telltale missions we can have, where sometimes you can just feel the significance of the action you're going to take, and that scares you a little bit. I would say it somewhat should, because it means that you care to a degree. However, don't let the fear catalyze the scenario. If you believe your situation to be a matter of life or death, depending on what you choose to do, and maybe it is, I don't know what the fuck you got going on, but if it isn't, first thing you need to do is breathe. Understand that whether or not you choose the decision you would believe to be the correct one, the decision you choose will propel you forward into whatever area of life you're meant to go into next. But if you are indecisive, not only does it make you unattractive to the people around you, but not only does it make you indecisive to the people around you, but the things that you're trying to magnetically attract, the things you're trying to manifest, you cannot manifest them if you are indecisive, because 9 times out of 10, you're not taking the action you need to take. But with this, as I always say, please be easy on yourself, because and not to say that you shouldn't be your worst critic, because I don't think anybody really needs their own personal J. Jonah Jameson. However, I would take one. I would just say to take into consideration the fact that you are with you 9 days out of the week. So if you are bullying yourself because you feel like what you're doing isn't up to par, while I wouldn't disagree with you criticizing yourself, you putting yourself down for your indecisive behavior is not going to fix the indecisive behavior. But before I get into more things that could fix that, I want to talk about specifically what makes you unattractive about it, or what about it makes you unattractive. There's a few things. One, you're not making a decision. You're stagnant. You're stuck in life. You're not doing any of the things that you wanted to do because you're stuck in between a crossroads. And what I need you to understand about this is, how many times do I fucking say that in a video? What I need you to understand, what you're bound to understand about what I'm saying is, while it's hard, after you make that jump and you take that action, you're no longer where you were. So regardless of if the scenario feels better or worse, you're taking action. And what I feel like what we need to do specifically, my indecisive comrades, is take more action. Okay? Because if you do not take the action, nothing will happen and nothing will change. No matter what you tell yourself, if you're not doing anything, nothing will happen. You tell me how attractive you would find someone who is incapable of deciding upon anything. You ever ask someone, what do they want to eat? They say, I don't really know. How do you like that? Do you enjoy that? Does that turn you on? I wouldn't think so. So just be a little bit more interpersonal in how you go about these interactions. And it's not to say that the decisions are ever going to be easy. I'm going to keep repeating that. I know some of the decisions can feel like, wow, if I do this, my life can go in one or two directions. And 9 times out of 10, again, I'm not going to act like it's not. However, what you need to do is come to terms with the consequences of your actions ahead of time, the cause and effect, the causality of the life that we are living. Okay? So every situation has its pros and cons. What you need to do in that moment, and this is getting more into fixing this issue, is decide upon which pros outweigh which cons. If one situation ends up turning out a little bit better than this situation, even if it's not by that much, 9 times out of 10, you should probably pick the situation because you're not going to be as stressed about it and you'll be able to work with more in it. Okay? I'm going to always say you should breathe on it. Meditate if you meditate. If you don't meditate ritualistically, then I would suggest you do something like a hobby. Engage in a hobby. Anything that can expand your creative, the right side of your brain, I guess. I don't know what the fuck I was going to call it. But anything you can do to engage that part of yourself, do it enough to where you are able to think about the things that you wanted to think about without the fucking chatter in the background, because it's always going to be the chatter that disturbs your peace and pushes you in each and every different direction. You need to decide what you want to do and what you actually want to do. What you actually want to do. I'll say it one more time. What you actually want to do. Because if you're choosing something that you were sold, if you're sleeping and dreaming a dream that was sold to you, I'm not going to say you're cooked. But you're going down that trajectory. And I really, really don't want that for you, because it's not a fun lesson to learn. It's not. Unfortunately, like, I feel like if it were a good one, we wouldn't even be here, but I digress. We just need to be more understanding towards this problem of ours, though. Because it also restricts you from making so many things happen. You have no idea how many opportunities you've probably missed out on. You're probably consciously aware of some of them, but there are even more within those that you have no idea about because you never got to engage with it. You see what I'm saying? So the sooner you can come to terms with the fact that you are in full control of yourself and your actions, and regardless of the causality of the situation, what you do will lead you closer to where you want to be than what you do not do, the sooner you won't be in a situation you wouldn't prefer to be in. Yeah, I just... What the fuck was I thinking about just now? Anyways, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'll cut to it if there is. I guess this would be the last thing I have to say. When we're caught in between two decisions, or three or four, whatever the fuck, 9 times out of 10, I have like fucking 4 phrases I spam on here. But 9 times out of 10, the stress of the situation comes from the idea that we are not making the right decision. I've said this like probably 3 times throughout this video now, but the way I want to explain it this time is a little bit different, so bear with me. While there are decisions that can be seen as objectively better than others, in the mind that we are living in and contained by, subjective reality rules. So what you need to do is, and this is a little bit more of an esoteric concept, even though the word isn't, but you need to trust your intuition. There's anything outside of you could tell you to, well, besides like signs, I guess, that would like lead your intuition into doing what you need to do. But there's nothing outside of yourself besides those things that would really push you into doing what you need to do besides you. It's just not. If it were that simple, again, you wouldn't be watching this, I wouldn't be making this, and the world would probably be like one of those utopia memes. I need to find that picture because that shit's funny, but no, the picture I'm gonna use is crazy. But yeah, just understand that first off, you're not at fault, okay? It can be pretty hard to make decisions sometimes, and I know some people can make it seem like, well, you understood what I meant by that. Fuck them. Listen, they're not you, you're not them. So when it comes to your process of thinking, the decisions you're going to come to, you're probably thinking them out much more intensely, not only than you need to, but more intensely than they are. So ignorance is bliss in this situation. But that's all I really had to say about that today. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it again. We've hit 53 subscribers. 52 now, I think, actually. With 52 subscribers. And it's gonna get a little personal. I love you guys. You like that? No? My bad. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike the video, dislike it. Subscribe for more and share it to anybody you believe needed to hear this. I feel like there's a lot of people that actually need to hear this one specifically. So call people out. Just do it. I feel like we've lived in a matrix of compliance and being a little too easy on people for long enough. Just start calling people out. Like, listen, you're doing something that's kind of dickheadish. You're fucking up your future. You know what I'm saying? You get me.